Unhappy relationship signs. Hey guys, my name is Danny and I'm your life and relationship coach. And today I wanted to talk about signs in your relationship that are pointing to you being in an unhappy relationship. Now, I know this can be a little bit terrifying. You probably feel like you don't know what to do. Are you in an unhappy relationship? Are you not in an unhappy relationship? It is okay. First and foremost, calm down. We will figure this out together. But most of the time, we have a tendency of jumping to the worst case scenario, and that may not necessarily be the case. Now, if it is the case and you are in an unhappy relationship, the key to understanding why you are in the situation that you are in is reflection. Really asking yourself the questions, the deep questions that we have a tendency of not really thinking about. So, when did my relationship become unhappy? When did I start to notice that my relationship was feeling less than satisfactory? Is my partner doing things that would indicate that he or she is unhappy? Am I personally feeling unhappy, and why? These are questions that we have to be able to ask ourselves before we jump to the conclusion that everything is going wrong, the relationship is ending, because 9 times out of 10, that is not necessarily the case. But I do want to commend you for watching this video and trying to figure out the signs that would indicate that you are in an unhappy relationship. Because if we can curb those behaviors, those habits that are causing the relationship to feel less than satisfactory, then we are already winning. So let's get into some of the signs that you might be in an unhappy relationship. Number 1, clinginess. If you or your partner are being clingy and needy, more so than usual, that is usually an indication that there is something going on below the surface. So it may not necessarily be that there's something horrible happening, but clinginess and neediness comes from insecurity. And that insecurity comes from a lack of reassurance either in ourselves or within the relationship. So if you feel the need to be around your partner all the time, if you want to know where they are, if you feel like there's a level of you that wants to control them, that means that there is something not right. And vice versa, if your partner is doing that to you as well. Most likely, if you are unhappy, then you will cling or you will hold on tighter to your partner because there's that fear that you may be losing them. So, sign number 1 is clinginess. Sign number 2, distance. Now, we talk all the time about creating space in a relationship and how healthy that is. And the truth is, creating space is a healthy habit to have because it gives you the ability to be an independent individual. It gives you time to self-reflect. It gives you time to spend, to reinvest in yourself, and to do all the things that you like to do to make yourself happy so that you can make your partner happy. There's a difference between space and distance. Distance is when you feel as if your partner is pulling away, or you are pulling away from your partner on an emotional, on a mental, and on a physical level. So if you are feeling that distance, that is probably an indication that there is some dissatisfaction in your relationship. Most of the time, when we are afraid of being hurt, we pull away. It is a self-preservation mechanism. So it is very possible that your partner has been feeling dissatisfied in the relationship and not necessarily communicating that. And so they are pulling away in order to avoid getting hurt. If that is the case, then it is very possible that you are in an unhappy relationship. Feeling isolated. If you are feeling as if you are doing everything on your own and you don't feel like you are really in a relationship with somebody, even though you are in a relationship, that is definitely a sign that you are in an unhappy relationship. You should never feel isolation in a relationship. Because remember, a relationship is two people coming together and forming a team. You guys should be working together to resolve issues. You guys should be experiencing life together. You guys should be friends. Some of the strongest relationships are the ones that are built on friendship. So if you are having to deal with your emotions on your own, if you are having to stay at home by yourself because your partner is constantly busy, or they just don't want to be around you, or they are prioritizing other things in their life other than you, this is another clear sign. Sign number 4 is an unhappy sex life. Now, there are times and there are periods in every relationship in which we have peaks and we have lulls. And that particularly is in regards to sex as well. We aren't in the mood all the time. Life gets in the way, things become stressful, and the first thing usually to go when life is incredibly stressful is intimacy. But if you are in a relationship and the intimacy is almost nothing or zero, and your partner is constantly avoiding you, or you are constantly avoiding your partner, and there's just no urge or drive to want to be intimate with your partner or even be physical with your partner. If your partner is walking through the door and you're trying to give them a kiss and they're dodging you, these are all signs that there is dissatisfaction in the relationship, and most likely you are in an unhappy relationship. Sign number 5, letting yourself go. Most of the time, the first thing that happens when we are in an unhappy relationship is that we take it out on ourselves. A lot of people have a tendency to self-sabotage. So what do? We stop following healthy routines and we get into negative behaviors. We start to potentially overeat. We don't dress up like we used to. We don't put on makeup anymore. We lounge around the house in our pajamas all the time. There's just so many different things that can happen when we start to let ourselves go. And the reality of the situation is that even though you feel as if you are punishing yourself, in reality, it is actually affecting the relationship. Because in order for a relationship to be successful and to be happy, both individuals have to be happy. Both individuals have to be motivated and inspired and inspire each other. So if you are feeling like you've let go of all of your exercise routines and you're no longer in your healthy habits, this is also probably a sign. So how do we start to fix these things? How do we start on the road to a happy relationship? Well, first and foremost, it starts with awareness and it starts reflection and understanding what the root of the issue is. Knowing yourself and saying, okay, these are the reasons for why I am unhappy, and then communicating those needs to your partner and making sure that you are communicating them in a way in which your partner can understand and does not feel as if you are attacking them or criticizing them, and vice versa. That is how you start the dialogue, is the identification of the issues and then being able to effectively communicate those to be able to move past them. And the next major thing in the process of being able to fix an unhappy relationship is having compassion for yourself and having patience. There are going to be mistakes along the way. It's going to take time. This isn't something that is just fixed overnight. Now, luckily, depending on how long you have been together, if you have not been in a relationship for too long, if this has not been going on for too long, it can be remedied rather quickly by just shifting some of the dynamics in your relationship. But if this is something that has built up over time, it is going to take a little bit more time. If you want to learn how to be more self-aware, or if you feel like you need help in breaking a routine in your relationship, because a lot of the times people become dissatisfied in a relationship when they get stuck in a routine and we don't even notice it. If you would like to learn either one of these, please click on the private videos below. I have created 2 trainings, one on self-awareness and one on breaking the routine in your relationship. And by doing these trainings, I guarantee you, I promise you that you will learn more about yourself than you probably have in quite some time. And that will help you in your relationship, help you develop and grow as an individual. And in that case, you can have a successful and happy relationship and future with your spouse and with yourself. If you feel like you related to this content, please make sure you hit like or subscribe below. If you have any questions, if you have been through this or you are currently going through this, I would love to hear from you. Please make sure you leave your comments in the comment box below. If you just want to know more, if you want to dive deeper, please visit us at happilycommitted.com, where we have a multitude of different articles, blogs, and videos related to this topic and several other topics as well. You can also book a one-on-one coaching session with myself or any of the other amazing coaches that we have on the team. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you guys soon.